All right, so at DevOps Days conferences, most people talk about things, how things get better with DevOps, how everything is awesome. I want to talk about something completely different. I want to talk about how things actually crumble and go awfully, awfully wrong. Like this. When you don't, I swear this was not cute. I swear this was not cute. Nor was it voice activated. All right. Should I continue? We're going to go old school. Forget it. All right. So I'm going to talk about real awful things that happen when you don't use DevOps. This was not the horrible thing. And this is an actual real story. Very unfortunately, it's going to be a real story. It's also going to be a Lego illustrated story. And I'm going to use the word unfortunate a lot in this talk. So it happened to an e-commerce company during the Black Friday. Company wasn't Amazon style, but they were making about $5 million a month or so. And it was run by two people who are used to traditional brick and mortar, which means they build the IT team with devs group on the one side and app group on the other side, but their own hierarchy, their own managers who weren't really allowed to talk to each other. So fast forward to actual Black Friday. As everything horrible, it starts with a page, right? And the person on call receives a page and sees that the performance on the site just plummeted, right? People rush to the site, it's 10 in the morning, things are looking bad. And as any good person on call, he wants to try to troubleshoot it. Except because of the separation of the roles, he had absolutely no idea what the application does, right? He knew it sells widgets and whatnot, but that's the extent of the knowledge. And there was no monitor set up on the application itself, so there was really nothing to add to. So what's the next step to do? Escalate it to somebody who can help. Unfortunately, there's that word again. Ops were not allowed to talk to devs directly. They had to go to their managers, who had to go to the dev managers, who had to go to devs. Unfortunately, it's a Black Friday. It's a holiday. Everybody's off, except for the people who are on call, which are only ops people. So now ops manager is frantically trying to get somebody on the developer team, and nobody's really available. It's been 2 hours, and developer is still not available. Nobody knows where they are, they're out of reach, and site is still down. Right, so finally, the manager managed to get a hold of a developer who took another 40 minutes to get to the place where they had a computer. And they started troubleshooting and running exactly the same problem. There were no developer instrumentation in the application. Monitor was considered to be part of operational responsibility, which, yeah. Also, they used the version control, but they used it as a dumping ground for everything. There was no branching, no features, nothing. So they just commit stuff as they go along, then they go through a release process, they bunch it up and push it to production. And of course, rollback plan, like it's enterprise mentality, right? You never roll back. Like there's option, failure is not an option. If there is a bug, you put it in the next cycle, you fix it, and then you ship it on a CD with the next batch, right? That's how we do it. Keep in mind, it's been 4 hours. Company is losing about 30 grand an hour, and orgs are still sieging the cast. I mean, users still can't get to the site. Black Friday, e-commerce site, down for 4 hours. So finally, developer with everybody screaming over his shoulder found the problem. Everybody can be happy, right? This is slide 14 of 20. We're not done yet. He fixed it in development, of course, right? And now he has to get into production. But to get into production, you have to go through all the hoops like QA, authorization, sign-offs, all the checkpoints. Luckily, with everybody, CEO, CTO included, sitting on the phone and yelling at each other, it was much easier to get authorization to push something in production. But nonetheless, you had to do it manually. So somebody had to go in, manually update everything, manually validate that it worked, and then say, we're done. So after 8 hours and losing a crap ton of money, really, and even more so an opportunity cost considering it's the biggest time of the year, everybody does what everybody does, right? Has a blameful postmortem, right? Whose fault is this? And short answer is everybody's, right? You can put a lot of blame on the operations team and development team for still adhering to bad practices. But first, you got to blame the business themselves, right? You got to start blaming from the top. And recently I heard a lot of the fact that, you know what, in the DevOps, you got to do a risk cost analysis and you can't just shift all your processes overnight. And that's true. But like everything in DevOps, you can continuously improve. And if you need an example to prove in your company, use this, because every one of these steps could have saved thousands of dollars if only implement just one of them, let alone all of them. So keep it in mind. If you need to use it as an example, by all means. Thank you. And thank you.